Today I've got my thoughts on set 10224, the 2012 Modular Town Hall. Now, before I dive into this thoughts video, I would like to just make this clear that I did get this used and it is like 99.9% complete with the instruction manuals, and it's literally only missing one figure out of the entire set, and the set was already built, so that's why it's already basically in its main spot for the city. At least main spot right now at the moment, though I might move it to the other side once Diagon Alley is built, because I haven't really figured out the road layout for that side yet, but right now this is where it's going to be. And overall, the main thing for this is just not the overall footprint for this, but just everything that they fit on the inside for this build was kind of a surprise just to see in person, because this is the first time that I've ever actually been able to see the set in person ever, much like with the Greengrocer and Market Street and the Fire Brigade a few months ago back in my local Bricks and Minifigs, because I missed out on the Town Hall because it only had a 2-year shelf run, retiring at the same time as I think the Grand Emporium retired at the same time. So, but the Town Hall is just absolutely skyrocketed. And so it's like when a friend of mine was looking to get this out of his collection, I was willing to take him up on his offer to add this to my collection, because this was the one that was really missing from my collection of my city overall. And just, even though the build for this, as I flipped through the instructions, is quite basic. I mean, there are a few advanced builds in this set, but quite a bit of this build is just your standard laying bricks on top of each other. But it does get a bit more advanced with the clock tower, as well as the front of the building on the first level. But the overall look just looks incredible, even though this is less pieces than the police station, but it's still basically essentially another full level higher in height, because the second level of the police station lines up pretty much, or third level of the police station lines up pretty much perfect with the second level of the town hall. And so it's like, that was kind of a real surprise for me, just seeing that in person. And no, I haven't paired it up with the hotel just to see that crazy comparison, but I'm probably not going to do that. But now you see it with the compared up with the Palace Cinema on the other side, which was the 2013 modular. And overall height comparison isn't too bad, but I'm not disappointed with the Town Hall being the tallest one that I have outside of the Daily Bugle. It's like, Town Hall is meant to be a tall building, so it's like, I'm perfectly fine with that. Though the one thing that I won't be doing is putting this probably front and center on the other side, because that's going to stick to the detective's office, just because Diagon Alley is going to be right behind it. And I've got a scene planned for that, so I need the spacing. But overall, everything for this has aged decently well in the 13 years since the set came out. I do wish that there was the option to do a stairway without like completely changing up the design of the building. Like, yeah, give you extra pieces to fill it in and put a stairway in, even if it was just taking the stairs from the museum modular and duplicating them and doing that if you didn't want the elevator in. Which, I don't mind the elevator, it's something different, but overall that's probably one of my biggest gripes, is just because every single one of the other modulars outside of the town hall has stairs. Granted, the Daily Bugle's got a fake elevator in it, the X Mansion has a fake elevator in it, the Sanctum has stairs, but that one's only a 2-level building. So it's like the town hall is the only traditional modular with an elevator. So overall, that's probably one of my biggest gripes with the set. And probably for interior and build overall for that, that's probably the biggest gripe I've got. But my biggest gripe is just the choice of the dark orange. I would have done probably anything but dark orange. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but dark orange for this type of a building, this really doesn't look that great for me. And so I'll stick with it just because I don't have the pieces to switch it out. But it's not one that color-wise I'm a big fan of, but I'm just really happy to have this in the city after all these years, which now will allow me to do a top 15 year ranking of all the modulars, as I do have now 16 of the last 20 modulars in the city. We're only missing the Fire Brigade, Greengrocer, Market Street, and the Cafe Corner, which a friend of mine that I got this town hall from, last thing I heard was he's actually working on piecing together a Cafe Corner. And if I would have gotten in contact and known about his town hall sooner, he would have probably given me a Fire Brigade as well. But if I would have taken that, it would have thrown off quite a bit of the city, like by a long shot. So I think just getting the town hall works perfect, mainly because I gotta recoup quite a bit of money at the moment after getting this. So this is good enough for now for the city until the 2026 modular drops, which is probably just going to be put in the back row next to the Pet Shop Townhouse for this coming year is where it's probably going to end up, because everything else is pretty much set in place as I do at the Spring Lantern Festival, which is going to go back there next to the museum and the police station. So that'll finish this block off. This block's done, and then the Marvel block It's got a room for a corner and a straight, so those will be set for later setups. But for right now, just really happy to have the town hall in the city, and to go from not having 6, well, really it's 4 retired modulars, but 6 in total in the city in the span of a year is something I didn't think was going to happen. But we started off the year with the pet shop modular, and then by January had the Grain Emporium, ended up with the brick bank, and now we add in the town hall, which was the last one for retired ones that I wanted for the city. So I think we're good on retired modulars going forward. So that's kind of the state of the city at the moment, as well as my thoughts on set 10224, the town hall. So you guys can tell me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will do more in the future.